going. How's it going, guys? Welcome to After Hours, where we already drank quite a bit and we're starting a podcast now. In case you didn't know what the name of the podcast is, it's After Hours.
After when? Hours. Just kidding.
Yeah, exactly. After where?
Hours.
After how? Hours. Makes no sense.
Are we gonna have beers ready to go?
You guys are good.
I mean, I have 4 drinks on me already.
I only have those.
Anything in that case over there, the box?
Hey, you're
you can
in.
have some, except
Make an intro.
Hey guys, how's it going? It's After Hours. This is starting off sporadically, and I hope it starts off sporadically every fucking episode. But I also have an intro to this already that I add to the beginning of every episode because I found it in our last episode.
Did you?
Yeah, heck yeah, dude.
That's
Hell
cute.
yeah. Like, you gotta expose this to me because I don't know about it.
I'll show you later. Like, it's just gonna be like
No, but like
reiterating the
expose it
same
to me
thing.
right now. Just like
It's, you remember when we were like, after when? Hours. After how? Hours. We did that so perfectly.
Yeah.
So that's the intro.
Okay. Yeah, I got
All
you.
right, cool.
Cool. He has no idea.
I have no
Yeah.
idea.
Probably not.
That's
Be like,
so
but that's gonna be our
cute.
intro.
Yeah,
Apparently.
yeah, it's gonna be our intro. It's gonna be fucking great because it makes no sense.
I have no idea
this
because I'm a
This whole
guest.
thing makes no sense.
I'm a guest right now.
So
But you
So-
haven't even been introduced.
Yeah, no,
fuck him yet.
no,
Nobody
fuck
knows
me.
about him yet. Just forget it.
Fuck me,
Just
right?
wait. So
Yeah, well-
The guest doesn't matter until he's
there's me-
introduced.
There's me, your host, Ryan. There's Darren over there to the side.
Urian.
And then there's Derrick to the left of me. He's going to be our sound guy for most of these probably. But he's here again. He was there last week. And we just got featured on his podcast this week on Bros and Brews. Fuck yeah. So plug for Derrick right there.
Yeah.
And then we got also my good friend, only my good friend, Eric.
Yeah.
Hey, what's
Shout
up?
out to the Bros and Brews.
What's up? It's your boy Bask back again with another tortilla review.
Tortillas. Heck
Did
yeah.
you just call us tortillas? What the fuck is this?
It's another fucking tortilla review, dude.
Technically, it's pronounced tortilla.
Oh my god, dude.
Well, I thought it was tortilla.
All right, okay. Let me fix
Tortilla.
it. It's your boy Bask back again with another tortilla review.
No, it's tortilla.
Fuck.
Yeah,
dude.
it's
Fuck. Oh my god.
so number one.
Number
one.
Number
Is that chills?
Number 12.
Oh my god.
This is how you pronounce tortilla. You've been pronouncing it wrong this whole time. You gotta really emphasize the L's
darn.
in tortilla.
So, from our past podcast,
You do that way too well.
he does.
I've been told.
We didn't have any order in our last one, but we finally found a way to organize our podcast. So we're going to talk about 5 subjects each week, and we're going to do anime, games, movies, music, and a random thing we talk about. And that's
that
going to happen
order?
every week, but we're going to try and focus it on specific items with those things. Like this week, we're going to do firsts. Like, what was your first anime? What was your first game that got you into games and whatnot? So, yeah, that's how this format's going to start working out. So, fuck yeah.
Can you explain the consensus of After Hours?
After Hours,
we're
already pretty swifty, right? This is After Hours.
Yeah, we're swifty.
We're swifty.
Okay.
We're already pretty swifty, and we're going to...
Swifty just means we've had a few drinks and we're talking about stuff.
No, more than a few actually.
yeah.
Yeah, if the geriatric audience is listening, and that's what Swifty means.
Yeah. So we're definitely the eccentric part.
Yeah,
of,
we're pretty fudged right now.
So we're going to go first. What's your first name?
my first name is Eric.
Oh, what? It's not
Echo
Bask?
Romeo India Charlie.
Oh, fucking yeah, dude. That's awesome.
damn.
That's mine, Umbrella,
Umbrella?
Ragu,
What?
India, Arizona, and Nevada. There we go.
dude.
That's my name.
That is not alphanumeric, dude.
Yeah, it's pronounced Nevada. Just kidding.
Nevada.
Nevada.
No, I would know. I spent a few months in Nevada.
So, my name
Yeah,
is
Nevada.
Wale Lulelo.
Oh wow, nice to meet you, Lalo.
Exactly. It's amazing. No, my name is Darren, and I'll be a part of this. I can't do the actual.
Just come up with
The hell are
words,
you
come up
doing?
with words. like I did.
I'm not about to do
what I
that.
did.
I'm not about to do that.
Oh, I can
But my
do
name's
it.
Derrick.
All right, then we got Derrick over here.
Yeah,
Derrick.
Delta Echo Double Romeo India Charlie Kilo.
Oh, is India actually one of
Fuck
them?
Yeah, India. Yeah, no,
I
it
didn't even
is.
know
It
that. I
is.
did that right. I did one of them right.
So that's me,
Umbrella
Derrick.
isn't
We
the
can
right one,
we can
right?
drink to that actually.
Phonetically,
hell yeah.
that's
Cheers.
my name. It's Derrick.
Cheers, bro.
To India.
To India.
Clink.
Wow, yeah, when you do that, it really picks it up on the.
Oh, I'm
stands.
sorry. I'm sorry. I won't do that anymore.
No.
Oh, sarcastically.
Oh, I'm sorry. Yeah,
I mean,
yeah,
that
do
is,
that more.
it's a habit of mine.
like a reverberation of
when,
it. Yeah,
when,
it's good time.
when I cheers, it's a habit. It's a habit.
Right, I know
before
that.
She's like,
I'll do it on the fucking side.
do it on the couch.
Dude, you could just dink it with Darren.
Dink it and
Oh,
dink it.
Dink It with Darren. Is that
Oh
a
my
segment?
God, Pinky's out.
All right.
Man, Pinky's out. Let's do this.
Pinky's out.
No,
Oh, wait,
you
do we touch-
guys got to touch pinkies while you do it.
Do we touch Pinky's?
Yeah,
and,
yeah,
like-
touch pinkies and
Oh my God.
boom.
That
Was
is.
that consensual?
Wow.
I don't know about that.
It wasn't, but I'll allow it.
But I'll allow it. But yeah, so we did first
Amazing.
names. What other firsts can we do before we get to the regular things?
Can we talk about first nicknames?
First nicknames.
Holy shit, dude.
Oh shit. Is being called a name first nickname?
Sure.
I was called Chickenhead as a kid.
Stupid.
Stupid. Yeah, like my older sister actually beat someone up because he called me Chickenhead.
Oh shit.
Yeah, I used to have a mohawk and like my head's a funky looking. My head's shaped funky, you know, and I did look like a chicken head. My head looked like, boom, chicken head. I did it to myself. I also Joe
I
Dirt.
did it to myself.
There's also Joe Dirt. Fuck, dude. I got called a lot of names.
Ronald Reagan.
Ronald. Actually, my first nickname actually is Yui, and it was given to me by my family because they didn't want to say my whole name, even though it's like basically the same amount of time.
It's like, you gave me the name. Just say it.
So yeah, my first nickname was Yui.
That's pretty
Well,
funny.
Cool. What's your nickname? Eric.
Ryan.
I mean Bask.
Eric.
What do you want me to call you?
Okay.
What do you want me to call you?
Call him Ryan.
So I guess the first nickname I had was Boy.
That's so calm.
I mean,
Like,
everybody
it's
called me
just-
Boy.
It's so
Yeah,
I'll
we-
start calling you boy right
it's
now.
bland.
Boy. Yeah, yeah. Well, it was because my grandmother, she couldn't say my name Eric because she was fluent in Navajo and she was like Ashki or boy.
She didn't know
Wait,
the
so
the
did you
R.
call you boy or Hastine?
Boy. No, she well, I mean, I was really young. I don't
Ashki.
remember a lot of it, but like I assume a lot of it was Ashki just because boy, you know, she couldn't say Eric.
Yeah.
Because she was taught in the Navajo dialect.
Yeah.
And R is not in the Navajo dialect.
Yeah, exactly. And she said, "Boy," you know, or Ashki, or whatever.
Hey, you kid, get over here.
It's hey you boy, get over here.
Hey, you boy, get over here.
And that's one of the nicknames I've had. And there's been a different nickname for me in like middle school.
Yeah, do tell.
So in middle school, there was this girl. She used to have a crush on me, right?
I used to have a crush on you.
I know. And anyways, well,
Like, I do this?
No. Well, her sisters used to tease her about it.
Facts?
No, her sisters used to tease her about it. Used to tease her about having a crush on me because, like, in middle school, like, I had this fucking janky ass fucking haircut.
Probably.
Like it was just bushy everywhere. And her sisters would like call me like fucking caveman or something.
That's hilarious.
Yeah, I mean it was relevant because during those times in middle school, you know those Geico commercials.
Oh yeah, that's
With the
exactly what I'm
fucking,
thinking of.
yeah, those fucking Geico commercials, dude.
The caveman.
Yeah, and that's where my nickname Caveman derived from that girl's sisters.
I want to call you caveman.
Yeah, do it, dude.
That's like Cole's
I
status,
welcome
dude.
it. I fucking welcome it, dude.
Stanley Yelnats.
Yeah, no, dude, fucking do it.
Jeepus.
I mean, that's probably one of the other, like, aside from Boy, Caveman, that was the first nicknames I've had.
Caveman, dude. I like it.
Amazed.
Caveman and
Did you
boy.
ever have any nicknames?
Yeah, I had a few growing up. Are you like talking within family or like just
Yeah.
in general?
Yes.
Yes.
Like in family?
Both.
Okay, so within family, I was always called Guh, which in Hopi translates to rabbit.
Mm-hmm.
So Guh was like technically, I mean, it's a really simple like sound.
Is it because
but-
you ran fast?
No, it's not because they gave this.
Stereotypical,
No. They gave this name to me when I was like probably like 2 years old because technically in Hopi that was my first word.
Is it because you had long ears?
No, not at all. It's like you're kind of named after the first sound you make.
No, yeah,
So
I'm just fucking
guh
with you.
was like
Sorry.
guh is rabbit. Well, it was the closest sounding to rabbit. So that's what they named me to begin with, and I naturally progressed into like being a runner to where I was like, by the time I was 4 years old, I was already training to be a cross country athlete. So the name just kind of stuck throughout most of my life. It was just like, yeah, you're fast, amazing, just rabbit, yeah, you're rabbit.
You're fucking faster than a tortoise.
It's like you're faster than a tortoise, goddamn.
Caveman over here was like calling me, saying that was stereotyping Darren because he's Hopi, and because he's.
I had no idea he was Hopi, dude.
I know, I'm taller than all of you, and you're
That's how
Navajo. It's
colorblind I
weird.
am, dude.
That's all, dude. I don't see color.
I don't see color.
What do you see?
I don't see color. I only see black and white.
Anyways, but like I've known Darren for a while, and I knew he was a runner beforehand, and he says he was fast, but I've never seen him be fast.
Because
I've seen his calves, dude. I've seen his calves.
I've seen his calves. I see him right now.
The funny thing is I've never tried to be fast, and like people tell me I'm way too fast and I'm way too like energetic, and I'm like, I'm not even trying to be.
I know, dude.
It's like I'm not even. The funny thing
This
is
is
like
just my natural
I was
state.
like, I'm sorry that I react quickly to
Okay,
things.
so my brother and I we were talking about our game of disc golf last week.
Yeah.
And we are like, damn, dude, Darren has an arm. Then my brother's like, yeah, it's like he looks like he's barely even trying to throw.
And it just goes, right?
It just goes.
Yeah, that's the funny thing. Is like it's weird because I do not try. I'm
just good at things.
I try not to. No, like in the terms of disc golf, like I take the mentality that it's more of a finessing thing than more of a power thing.
It is.
So I try not to like. I try not to push myself to a limit. I
Yeah.
don't try to like be over powerful with it. I just try to be more technique driven with it.
Yeah, and that's why we were so amazed. We're like, yeah, he barely flicked the disc, and that fucker flew, dude.
But he like him saying that he does have power.
He does have power.
Like I have
but,
power behind it. I just
he has
don't.
power.
He has
but
strength.
he has a finesse to like just make it look like a flick.
Yeah, it's a weird sight to see that where I could turn like a small gesture into a grand movement.
Exactly.
Which is
That's what we were talking about.
weird. Like it's a weird thing to see, but I don't think it's an amazing thing to see within like seeing like a frisbee fly. Like you're literally looking at a thing that is meant to go a distance if you do it the right way.
Yeah, just do it right.
Yeah, like just do it right. Just perform. Just fucking perform. God. Cool. Stop. But no, like I've obviously thrown like we all grew up in the same kind of condition where like athleticism was like a part of our life at some point, and thankfully throwing a frisbee was one of those things that I knew how to do. And just applying it to a discus is one of those things I knew how to do.
Okay.
What about with friends? What was your first
What's that?
your first
My first nickname with my friends
Yeah.
was Bear.
Bear? Gross.
Yeah. It was because well, no, not in the sense that you're thinking, but because
Hashtag shaming.
no. Okay, so in Hopi culture, calling somebody bear means they are powerful. They are very strong, and they kind of lead. They're
Oh,
natural.
shit, dude.
They're natural
Yeah,
born
yeah, yeah,
leaders.
Oh yeah.
Okay.
I would never
okay.
follow you.
So they
never follow you.
but they only
follow
say
this
that.
motherfucker right here.
No, they only say that because they thought I was going to be the head of a running team or the basketball team or the football team because I was a part of all those sports, and I could definitely dominate in those sports within my own like little circle of friends.
As a bear would.
Yeah,
As a bear would, yeah, exactly,
Like,
exactly.
that's why they called me Bear. They obviously the word isn't bear in Hopi. It's called Hon. So you're called Hon. As
You don't. I mean, okay, go ahead and finish.
Yeah,
but I'd like to add something to that.
So I'm gonna let you finish the first.
no.
Okay, Kanye.
So instead of like, but that's what that was my entire joke. Like coming to Flagstaff, where like English is more predominant than anything. Is like, oh yeah, my slave name's Darren.
Oh my god! It's like, okay,
It's like, yeah, that's my slave name. It's like, no, but like that's your thing growing up in native culture, like in truly deep native culture, is that the names you're given as a child are the ones that stick with you, not the one that you put on your birth certificate.
exactly.
I realized another nickname of mine. Ashki Slagayo, which means little white boy.
Oh
And
my god!
like I've always like within my own family and in my own culture, I've always responded to Hon and Guh as my name, not Darren. And I will always respect the people that wish to call me that. But people that know me as Darren, I'll also respond to that. Like, just because I'm not gonna like preach to them, hey, call me this, call me that. It's like, call me with respect. It's like, no. It's like, I'm gonna let you call me.
I'm gonna.
The only thing I'm like, I'll respond to what you recognize me as.
Heck yeah, dude.
Yeah, it's funny that you say like the bear in Hopi culture is leader.
Yeah.
Because like in Navajo culture, the bear was one of the I'm not gonna say I'm an expert at like clanology in the Navajo clan system, but like the bear in the Navajo, like I guess realm of stories, is the bear is one of the 4 leaders, and my personal clan is a Towering House, which in Navajo is Kia'ani, is represented as one of the 4 leaders of, I guess, the Diné people. And it's interesting how, from a Hopi perspective, it's kind of the same thing.
Yeah. Like, okay, so in Hopi perspective, there's fire, water, earth, and
I don't want to get too deep into this.
And spiritual.
Actually, this is
But,
take
like,
a while.
Okay. We can move on.
yeah, we can move on. This could be for like this could be for
this
like
is
like
an entire
like-
fucking.
no, this could be like
Yeah.
this could be no.
This
This
could
could be an
be-
entirely different deep
It
dive
could be
if
a
you
whole
wanted to be.
commercial for
Whoa, a
Ancestry.com.
commercial.
This could be
Whoa.
like no. It could be
Hey,
an entirely
there's
different
a
deep
price
dive if
for
you guys wanted to-
everything.
Yeah, I don't mean
There's a
to like.
place for everything.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's a
Okay,
that's going down the rabbit hole that doesn't
yeah,
need to be dug up right now.
yeah, exactly. It's a rabbit hole we don't need to fucking go down.
Hey, Derrick, what was your first nickname?
So it was pretty
D-Man.
just straightforward. It's DJ or otherwise just Bubba.
Bubba.
Yep.
What?
How Bubba?
I have never heard the Bubba, dude.
Yeah, that's your family thing, right? Dang, I'm gonna call you Bubba now.
Dude,
I want to say
kidding.
Bubba now.
tell me about this Bubba. I do not know Bubba, dude. Tell me about Bubba.
Well, I remember like there was a one point with family. They were like, "Hey, my name is Bubba Love." That was just a little thing that they would say. Like otherwise, just a lot of great times out in Lake Powell. But I know like after a while, I was just called Bubba a lot. Otherwise, with the other side of the family, they'd just be like, "Oh, hey, there's DJ," because my middle name is literally Jay. Think of the Simpsons episode when they try to figure out what
Homer J.
Homer's. Yeah. It's just Derrick J.
All right,
That's my middle name.
Grab another one.
I'm sorry, Derrick. I'm sorry, but I'm gonna take a trip to the latrine.
Dang.
I don't know why you want to
that's-
apologize.
He
to
doesn't
me.
want to listen to you.
That's the Louvre. I don't know. Why are you saying latrine?
He wants to ignore you.
Wait, you're taking beer to the latrine?
Yeah, right? He just pockets him.
To the porcelain throne.
How dare you?
Yeah,
well,
I'm so
but anyway,
offended now. But yeah, that's
let-
basically I can't really explain more on Bubba. Like even then, like I don't fully understand it, but
No,
Bubba was one of the names.
When I hear Bubba, I think of Forrest Gump.
No, I think of like a baby name. Like it's kind of like weird. Like, hey, Bubba. It's like it's literally just like something you say to
Hey,
like
boo boo.
to like no. Like, well, I've had
Oh hey, baboo.
like I've had nephews where I literally like never said anything like relatively close to their name. I'm just like, hey, blah blah blah. It's like I don't want to say it because I don't want to like embarrass them. But like I've said something that was completely against their name, but it just kind of stuck because it was a nickname. It was
Yeah.
something I referred to them as.
Sure.
Like I don't want to. Yeah. Yeah.
Okay,
I don't-
we'll end it there.
We'll end it there.
Okay, now we're gonna get into the main topics,
Yeah.
which consist of anime, games,
Yeah. So
Anime?
anime. First anime.
anime,
MMA.
anime,
Anime or anime?
anime.
MMA.
Anime.
MMA.
Anime. Anime.
Oh,
It's your boy Bask.
You
back
decide.
on another anime episode.
We'll start with Eric, the guest.
Okay.
Bask, caveman.
Tabasco
Yeah,
sauce.
it's your
Boy.
boy Bask.
boy.
It's your
Okay.
boy.
It's
It's your boy Bask.
Hashtag Ashki.
But yeah, what was your first anime?
My first anime was either I can't remember exactly which order it was, but like it was either Gundam Wing or Outlaw Star.
Heck yeah, dude.
I remember watching Outlaw Star as a kid on Toonami, as well as this one anime called Vampire Hunter D.
Oh yeah, yeah.
Do you remember that?
I do remember that one.
It was either that Vampire Hunter D, Outlaw Star, or Gundam Wing, but I remember watching them all
Heck yeah, dude.
the time. And eventually Dragon Ball Z came into the picture. that was during the Cell Saga.
You started in the Cell Saga. That's
I
so
started-
late. That's so
Jesus.
late.
That's so late. That's
Yeah,
so
it was,
really
it
late.
was.
It was late at the time.
It was
I'm
late,
not gonna lie.
I remember, yeah, it was late, but like the time I started watching it, it was brand new.
Well, yeah.
No, no.
Like,
It was
new episodes, sure.
Oh,
But you
God.
started into Dragon Ball Z pretty late.
No.
If you
Yeah,
like,
okay,
yeah.
You're,
Okay.
Well, I mean,
I don't
I
know
was
if
like
anybody-
fucking, I was like 9 years old, dude.
No. If,
What the fuck?
No. Like,
okay, you're right.
to be
You're
honest,
right.
like, okay, so when you were
Darren's-
9,
Darren's
when-
old.
Okay, yeah, I'm old. But like, when you were 9 years old, like, Dragon Ball Z had restarted itself at least 4 or 5 times by then.
Yeah.
Like it
Like, like,
it had restarted
redid everything because
it
like, they're
restarted
taking forever.
It restarted itself so many times, but and this is probably where I'm going to go into my first anime.
No. During that time, the Cell Saga was my original iteration into
Dragon Ball Z?
The Dragon
yeah.
Ball series,
Yeah,
yeah.
so to me, Cell Saga is the first ever. But I mean, I
Wow,
know
that's interesting. Actually,
That is crazy.
That is interesting to me.
That is that is amazing because like Dragon Ball by
like
itself.
I didn't know there was Dragon Ball. I didn't know fucking Goku was a
I
kid
didn't know
at
Goku
first.
was ever a kid.
Yeah,
like Dragon Ball.
until very much fucking later.
Yeah, like the
Son
original
Goku.
Son
yeah.
Goku.
Yeah,
Yeah.
the original Dragon Ball was amazing, and then like
It was.
Dragon Ball Z came out.
I went back and watched the Dragon Ball series.
Like
it was
I
really
think
good.
I think the nowadays version of it to it is like going from like Naruto into Naruto Shippuden.
It's like going from Naruto Shippuden all the way back to
No,
Naruto.
like no. I think the modern day version of it is literally like being like a Naruto fan, like when Naruto originally came out, into a Naruto Shippuden fan.
Yeah,
or
no,
that,
yeah, I get that.
or like a Shippuden fan into a Boruto fan.
Sure.
Like
Oh my
I think
God,
that's
Boruto.
like, oh my god,
You don't like Boruto?
No,
We're not
it's
gonna-
not
we're gonna
the-
get to-
no, like, but like I
fine.
think that
It's not that I don't
Burrito.
like
I think that's
Boruto,
where
dude.
I think that's where like that's where like
Burrito.
generational gaps happen.
Yeah,
it's like
for sure.
It's like, oh, these were my first. And it's like, yeah, cool.
Yeah,
which is
like,
kinda
'cause
cool,
now-
like, you
'cause
can-
nowadays, like
yeah.
you see like like things on YouTube where like Boruto is like, oh hey, there's this entire series before
like,
Boruto.
Cool,
It's
we
like,
got a
what?
series about Boruto's dad.
There's a fucking prequel series.
It's like, look at this prequel. It's like, what? It's like, that's been around.
It's like, no, that's the original.
That's the
not a
original,
prequel.
stupid.
4chan hashtag
Okay,
Pizzagate.
so yeah,
But yeah,
go
like,
here first.
so one of my first that I remember clearly above all else was Trigun.
Oh my god, Trigun, dude.
Trigun was amazing.
Wow.
Heck yeah, dude.
The motherfucker with that fucking cross machine gun.
Was it Dash Stampede?
Vash
Stampede. Vash Stampede.
Vash the Stampede was amazing.
He
It
was,
like,
dude.
like,
I can attest
think
this.
he set. I literally think he set the stage for what futuristic was.
Yeah, exactly.
Like,
yeah.
because he like the idea that was futuristic was desolate and also futuristic at the same time was amazing.
It was like fucking like super monsters that like.
Yeah, they were like he had like cross cyborgs and anamorphic AI, which is really crazy. And
Yeah.
then he also had like so many different things that was like artificial AI that was acting on its own, and it had so many different things that were literally developed in the 80s that were put into cartoons to deliver to children.
That's
which was crazy.
That's a 90s anime aesthetic, dude.
Yeah,
Like
it was
yeah.
crazy.
Like
It was
Ghost in the
amazing.
Shell, fucking Outlaw Star,
Yeah, Ghost
Yeah.
in the Shell was also another one of those things that I really
Cowboy
enjoyed.
Bebop, dude. Oh, yes.
You're mentioning so many things that weren't my first, but it was like those things were developed as I was growing up, and it was amazing.
yeah, dude, it was amazing.
Okay.
Like, I'm glad that like later generations knew like to follow these things, and they were they were good storylines. They were just damn good stories.
Okay.
They were. Yeah.
Like, obviously they weren't predictions to that grew to fruition, but they were just really good stories in general.
So my first anime
Yes.
was Dragon Ball Z. and I feel like that's
And I
everyone.
will punch you in the face.
I feel like that's
for it,
everyone.
but,
I feel like that's everyone's story, right? Like
Yeah, that's
everyone's
most
like
people's
into anime
story.
now. Like, no, that's not with Dragon Ball Z. Like, I don't think Dragon Ball Z is anywhere near the best anime ever. You know, but it was a good anime.
It was a good anime, yeah.
Like it was a
was
good.
good
It was a good starter to anime.
It was good. Like,
Because I was I believe
no,
I was
no.
like I was like 6-7 years old when I first got into it, and they just landed. Like I remember watching the first episode that I watched was when they first landed on planet Namek.
no.
okay, yeah, that's when
so-
Frieza.
Yeah, that was the Frieza saga.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That was the very first episode I watched. I watched them land, and then like there was that they land, and they're like, oh, I'm like, what is this? Like I was staying up
Like,
late
this-
one Saturday night.
Like,
Like,
trying to find
is
out what's
green.
going on.
what the fuck? Yeah, and I'm like they're running away from like a fucking dinosaur. Like, what's going on?
No, I think nowadays, well, I think for your generation, like they're introduced like, oh, I don't even want to say that. That's a little bit insulting. But like the after effect with that was Attack on Titan.
Yeah.
Attack on Titan was a good introductory to like bring to
don't know.
give a good draw to a lot
I didn't
of,
really like Attack on Titan.
No, it wasn't
you
like
gotta-
I don't think it was a good iteration of anime. I just think it was a good introduction.
It's
to
a
lot
good
of people.
introduction.
It was a good introduction to a lot of
There's-
different.
Okay,
There's-
yeah.
there's a difference.
I can understand because a lot of people, a lot of my friends, they love Attack on Titan.
Well, you got to watch the third season. Have you watched the third
But if
season?
you like-
I have not
Okay.
watched Attack on Titan at all.
No,
just
no.
Then
because.
you can't say anything about it.
Well, I mean,
But if you talk to people,
I know
like,
enough about it to be judgmental
No.
about it.
I mean,
because-
no. Like, if you
anyone
talk
can
to
be
people,
judgmental
like-
about anything, but if you haven't seen it, you can't put a definitive argument against
No, it's stupid.
it. It's,
No. Okay, so if you talk to like people like or like original like people who like started out with like Dragon Ball and Dragon Ball Z, they're defending that shit to the very end.
I'm not.
I mean, that makes sense. They're
But
like,
like at the same, and
they're
it's, like,
fighting against an enemy that's super powerful, and they're barely making scratches on the enemy.
Yeah.
When they attack, but like just the idea of just the enemy being bigger than they are, I mean that doesn't it doesn't make sense to me. Like Why make the enemy bigger than
There's a whole story
the
behind
fucking?
it. Just
Why?
watch it for
It's
the
the
story.
drama. It's
Why?
the drama.
Why? Just watch it. You'll understand why.
I'll try to watch it, but it's stupid.
Why do people like
stupid.
Game of Thrones? Why do people like Star Wars?
It's drama. It's
But
drama more than
Okay,
so
I can
Dragon Ball Z
understand
was- Dragon Ball
Attack on
Z-
Titan being good for drama because I love other stupid things like Star Wars for the drama.
We're not talking about Star Wars. That's a whole different subject I don't get into.
Well, somebody
because-
said it. Fuck
because
you.
everyone talks about it. And there's a whole bunch of opinions on it.
Oh my
which we
God.
don't want to get into.
Oh my God.
This podcast.
Hashtag Pizzagate.
But so Dragon Ball Z was my first anime, but the first anime that actually really got me into like deep diving into anime was Full Metal Alchemist Brotherhood,
Inuyasha.
and that was such a
wait,
fucking good
what-
one.
What was that right there?
Yeah, why did you? Flip
I
me
was
off for that one?
agreeing with him, dude.
Were you? You flipped me
was.
off.
Okay, well, I mean, Full Metal Alchemist, it was good, but like I don't think it's good enough to like draw people into anime. That might be a very unpopular opinion, but like,
Well, growing up, I was really philosophical and
okay, yeah.
and Full Metal Alchemist Brotherhood.
you might have
or
been
Full Metal
smarter than
Alchemist-
most people around you at the
That's
time.
fine. Like it's actually the anime I use to get other people into anime.
Yeah, I couldn't enjoy Full Metal Alchemist.
It's because I was smarter than you.
Yeah.
Yeah, you were smarter
I'm
than
just
me.
joking.
Thanks for that, Ulrich.
Oh my god, am I wearing a metal suit right now? Am I wearing a metal suit?
I don't know. You tell me. You're not letting us get through to you. But
Wow, I'm the antagonist. Oh my god.
Oh my God, no! I don't know shit about FMA.
But yeah, FMA is the one that got me into like watching a whole bunch more anime.
I just know
Yeah.
Alphonse, and that's it.
I mean,
Game
I know
over.
enough to like hate it because I hate it.
you hate Full Metal Alchemist. It's such a good anime.
I mean, I'll watch it and I'll be fine with it, but like, I haven't watched it enough to actually be engulfed in the story.
Darren was gone for a second. I was just saying that Dragon Ball Z was my first anime, but FMA Brotherhood was the anime that got me into deep diving into other animes.
Okay, I mean that is a good choice because FMA. Oh my god, FMA like that. Okay, so if you ever got into anime from the very beginning, there was a few things that brought you in. There was Rurouni Kenshin.
That was a
There
good
was
one.
also
That was a hell of a
there
good
was Dragon Ball Z. There was FMA, which is Full Metal Alchemist, and then you also had Sailor Moon.
Yeah.
The lesser known versions of that at the time, and I'm saying at the time because one of these things is more popular, was Hamtaro. It's just really funny. It's funny. Like Hamtaro was a thing,
Yeah.
and Pokemon.
Actually, I think I
Pokemon
might.
was
Pokemon. Yeah.
like at the time, Pokemon was a lesser known version of it at
Yeah.
the time.
I'll be right back, guys.
Only at the
Be
time.
right back.
I understand that Pokemon is one of those things that has grown to be one of the most influential things in anime, but at the time, Pokemon was like a startup. Pokemon was small.
I gotta be honest though, like whenever I watch Pokemon, I don't see it as an anime.
Like it was though.
It is, was, and still is. You know, like it is. But like back in my mind, like it wasn't.
Like the first iterations
You know?
of it was subtitled, and that's crazy because nowadays all of it's in English.
All of it.
All of it.
All of
Almost
it.
all of Pokemon is English, but the first iterations of it was subtitled. Obviously, like all other. God damn it! You would bring a goddamn Hamtaro out.
Derrick just brought a plushie out. A giant ass plushie.
Giant for Hamtaro, anyway.
But yeah.
But the idea of it was like there was a Rurouni Kenshin.
Not that one.
To be honest, to be very honest, Rurouni Kenshin was not my first anime, but it was my favorite by far.
We're not going to favorites yet.
So, I will say that at the very least. Yeah, it wasn't my first, but it was my favorite.
Derrick, what was your first anime?
Oh God! Don't do that, all right? Don't do that.
Oh.
Don't do
Did
that.
that
Don't do that.
Hamtaro-
Don't do that, all right?
Was that a non-consensual touch by the Hamtaro?
Non-consensual.
I got touched non-consensually by Hamtaro.
I kind of
Whoa.
wanted to do it, but we're doing a show,
Are we
so
doing favorites right now?
No, that's next week.
Okay,
Or-
okay. We'll do
That's-
we'll do top
that's
three
next
next
week.
week.
I honestly-
Yeah, we'll do top three
This is
next
first.
week.
Can I
Yeah,
be
first.
really honest right
This
now?
first right
Like,
So right now,
Yeah.
I
Do it.
know zero shit about Hamtaro, but like one of
Except
my
he was really
friends,
stupid.
from back in the day, they gave me this plushie, so I was like,
But
I like it.
It's a fucking dope plushie, dude.
No, like
But first animes, all right. Dragon Ball Z, it's a tie between that and Gundam Wing.
Yeah, I definitely got
Yeah.
into
Endless Waltz.
Like right
Okay,
after,
okay,
right
so-
after
Endless
Dragon Ball
Waltz
Z
is
was
still
like-
Can we talk about
masterpiece.
No, no, no.
favorite enemies?
No.
No,
That's
that's
next
not what this is
week.
about.
Oh my God.
Next week.
We told you what this is about.
No,
Like,
no.
this first.
So-
we're not getting any
Okay.
deeper in this because we gotta have.
So
Me and Darren have to have content later on for this
to
podcast.
be honest, I gotta say this before next week. I don't know if any of you know this anime, but it was bigger than almost everything because it was like one of the first isekais out there. It was Tenchi Muyo.
I have not heard of it.
Oh,
Exact-
Tenchi Muya.
Yeah, it was amazing.
I was
like
really into
Tenchi-
that show. That was a
Dude,
good show.
Tenchi was like one of the like top things because it had like 7 different iterations of the goddamn show, and it was like,
Sure.
how the fuck? Like it was the first time that you saw a dude in a series that just had all the chicks going after him.
Like a whole harem.
Sure.
And
Yeah, like a
everything,
whole
yeah.
harem just going after him, and it was just like, and he was just a simple, hardworking dude.
Yeah, supposedly it was like child friendly, I guess.
Yeah, it was a teen show at the time. So, but it was like, it was one of those things where, like, obviously, if you were a teen, it drove you to be like, hey, I want to work toward being the best in my field, even though I don't care what anybody thinks.
Best.
Yeah, exactly.
So let's move from anime
Into games.
into games. What was your guys' first game consoles that you played on?
Who we can start with?
You.
Me?
Yeah, you're the guest.
Yeah, you're the guest.
Okay, so the first.
No, I call first.
Oh,
Guest times.
oh my God.
Just kidding. Go ahead.
Okay, so the first console I had was Nintendo 64.
Holy Jesus.
Yeah,
Well, that was the first one.
yeah. My
That's so old.
no, not really.
I mean, so new.
I mean, all right, yeah.
Dude,
So,
we're all old at
I mean,
this
that's so
point.
new.
So
That's
all I
exactly-
really remember is my parents like. Well, I remember wanting a console. I wasn't like too specific on it, and my parents they picked up an N64 from Sears.
Sears.
Yeah, just
That was still
Nobody-
a store back then.
Nobody
Yeah.
shops at.
yeah,
Okay, I'm
just down the road on
Yeah.
fucking 89. They picked up an N64 for my brother and I. Am I too far away? Should I be closer?
Yeah, dude, get the tip in your mouth.
Put it in your mouth.
Okay. 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 Yeah. So anyway, yeah, we picked up this N64, and
What did it come with?
well, I think the base version my parents got for my brother and I came with just the one controller, the console, and a copy of Star Wars: The Empire Strikes Back.
Empire Strikes Back, like the movie.
No, that's not a movie.
No, it was the first game that came out. It was like literally like before Rogue One.
Yeah, no,
Rogue
it
War?
was.
It was crazy. But like,
was
it
it
was,
Yeah.
Rogue One? Was that what it's called?
no, it
No.
wasn't.
It was called
It
Rogue.
was called the
Wo-
Empire Strikes Back, but it was before.
No, I'm
Rogue
talking
One.
about the Rogue One.
No, not The Empire Strikes Back. I'm sorry, that's a movie.
No, the Empire Strikes Back was a game
Was it?
that was on.
Okay,
N64.
well, let me correct everything right now. It was a game called The Shadows
No,
of the Empire.
Shadow of the Empire. That's
Yeah,
what it
Shadow of
was.
the Empire.
That's what it
Empire.
is.
Okay, okay.
Yeah, Shadow of the
Yeah,
Empire.
I was like, Empire Strikes Back is definitely the movie.
No,
Yeah, it is a movie.
It's a movie and a game.
They had
no, Shadows
they had
of the Empire
I
is the
think a
game.
40th or 50th anniversary recently
Did it?
for The Empire Strikes Back.
It couldn't be 50.
40th.
Is it 40th?
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay, so they had the 40th anniversary of Empire Strikes Back. But anyways,
I can't be that old.
aside
That's
from
all
that,
I'm saying. That's all I'm
Aside
trying to
from
say. Is
that,
I can't be that old.
the game was the Shadows of the Empire. Shadow of the Empire. It was you played as fucking fucking Dash Rendar.
Oh, what? Who's that?
The poor man's Han
I'm just
Solo.
kidding, I'm just
Poor
kidding, I'm
man's
just kidding.
console,
No,
yeah.
I played the game. Yes.
And like you play like all through the all the iconic Star Wars events.
Like you're on Hoth and everything. I remember
You're on Hoth. Yeah, you fight Boba Fett, his bitch ass.
Yeah, just always
His
behind the
bitch ass.
scenes.
Yeah,
This motherfucker.
it's really behind the scenes. You like fight just a bunch of like just the Empire's side armies and all that.
Yeah.
And that was probably one of my first video games. And which is ironic because like the N64 was famous for like Super Mario 64.
Or 007.
007 was one of the games I've had, which was, oh my god, it was awesome, dude.
It was iconic.
Yeah, no,
It was
I know.
iconic,
That's
yeah,
where I
exactly.
mentioned
I think that was probably
it. Zelda.
in my
Ocarina of Time.
The Ocarina of Time, yes,
Oh my God,
that was
yeah.
a staple for the N64.
Yeah. Okay. So your first was Empire.
Shadows of the
Shadows
Empire.
of the Empire.
Yeah, then Legend of Zelda, Ocarina of Time, Majora's Mask, GoldenEye 007, and probably the
Bomberman 64.
yeah.
You
One of
were
the,
into that? Dude,
I mean,
that game was
I
fucking
was,
bomb.
but I didn't play too much. But one of the most
Pun
defining
intended.
games for me of all time was Perfect Dark. Do you remember Perfect Dark?
I do.
I don't.
It was one of the best FPS games of all time.
Sure.
It was one of the.
It was probably-
It was a part of the spy espionage versions of the games at the time that was so good. It was like Siphon Filter, Metal Gear Solid, obviously a big name, but it was a part of that iteration that the just,
Yeah,
it was
yeah,
one
exactly,
Of those,
yeah.
It was one of those hidden gems.
It was
that, like,
it was Nintendo's Metal Gear Solid.
yeah, it was one of those.
Rare, I believe, as well.
Yeah, it was such a good game. It was definitely a hidden gem within this period.
Yeah.
I have to look into that one.
Yeah, dude, you gotta check out Perfect
Darren.
Dark.
Yeah.
What's your first?
Do you want me to my first or the?
No, your first. I want to know your first.
So my first was the Super Nintendo, and I played my first actual game that I owned was Mortal Kombat 2.
Dope.
Yeah, was the original Mortal Kombat 2. Not the 50 iterations beyond Mortal Kombat 2. Like literally, there
The
is like
OG. No, I get that.
There's literally like I think there's literally like 50 iterations of Mortal Kombat 2 after the original one.
Yeah.
But I had the original Mortal Kombat 2 where you could literally like spam the fuck out of like combinations and you could literally like kill a person in a
The
stupid,
uppercut had so much power.
No. Okay, so the first iteration of like Mortal Kombat 2, like you could destroy people and it would just make you so mad. And at this time,
It's like
okay,
whoever punched first wins.
yeah, it was like if you had a strategy and you went into it with your strategy, you win.
Yeah.
It's like because I remember being like super aggressive in the game, but I like sometimes I lost, and if I lost, it was literally to a person whose strategy was to spam one fucking combo.
No, yeah.
And like that
That's the
combo,
thing.
like literally, like if you like got stuck in their combo, it was done. It was
Yeah.
over. You're like, it's like, fuck this stupid thing, and you just got mad and you threw your controller at the TV and you just like, it's like I'm going home, I'm going to sleep, I'm gonna cry,
So
I'm gonna do this.
the first game I ever played was Sonic on the Sega Genesis.
Okay.
Because my parents owned the Sega Genesis when I was just a wee little baby, and my mom actually beat Sonic the Hedgehog by herself, and my dad got so mad because he couldn't beat it at all. It was hilarious.
See, this is where I kind of show my age because I know Sega before it was Sega and where it was just Neo Geo.
Oh, yeah,
Man, Neo Geo,
I told you he's old. I can't say it enough. Derrick's old.
Yeah, I remember
So,
Sega
like,
before beforehand where it was literally just Neo Geo and Neo Geo was the shit too.
I was definitely a big baby. Like I actually still have like a whole thing of Sega Genesis games in my room right now.
Yeah, like
Like, I have those
Like the first
cartridges
Sega
and everything.
Dude, the first Sega game was a portable game.
Yeah.
It was a handheld thing.
Yeah, the portable.
It was the portable before it was the thing that was applicable to a TV screen.
Yeah.
It was literally like a handheld. Like the Sega was a handheld before it was a thing that you could project on your TV.
Sure. No, yeah, that makes sense.
Was it? No.
It was. The original Sega was a handheld device, kind of like the Game Boy.
What about Sega Genesis or
The Sega Genesis
or
was
the
the
Sega
TV
Saturn?
version. No, the Sega Genesis was the TV version of it. The Sega was a fucking handheld device that you played.
It was ahead of
in
its
your-
time.
But the Sega Genesis was a thing that you could project onto your TV and you could play it with a controller.
Yeah, and for a moment they had an expansion to where you could have
Hold
the
up, hold up,
CD-ROM
hold up.
as well
Yeah.
added to
The
it.
Sega ROM? Oh my
Yeah.
god.
Holy shit.
Dude, Sega was so ahead of its
This,
time.
this bends my entire perception of reality right now.
Sega was amazing because it was one of those things like I remember my cousin in Oakland had one, a Sega, and he was like playing it by himself, and it's like his mom was watching TV, and I was like, "The hell is he doing?" Oh, well, he's got a Sega.
Oh, yeah, you're a bit far from the mic,
Oh,
by the way.
But my cousin had one, and it was amazing. I just watched him playing the goddamn Sega, and he was like playing Sonic, and he was running through the levels, and I was just like, I was more amazed that he had a handheld device that he could play independently from the TV.
Are you sure that's not the Nintendo Wii U?
No, it wasn't. The original Sega was a handheld device.
Are you? No
It was
way.
powered.
No,
it was powered by 8 batteries.
No.
Yeah,
way.
the Pocket Neo Geo, that was the thing.
Are you
Yeah,
serious? What?
A Pocket Neo Geo.
How am I hearing this of the first time right now?
Like the
first time right
original
now.
Game Boy had like 8 batteries, and then it went down to 4.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But
I just came back.
that and okay, so this is where I kind of wanted to this is where I wanted to say what is my first system that I owned was a Super Nintendo, but I knew about all these other systems beforehand. I knew about the NES, which was the original Nintendo Entertainment System.
Oh, is
I
that
knew
what that
about-
stands for?
Yeah,
Yeah.
I'm just joking.
Nintendo Entertainment System. That's what it stands for. But the original Nintendo, I knew which its only predecessor was the Atari, and then the Atari 2600. Well, before that there was the Tecmo 2000.
Jesus
Which I'm
Christ.
pretty sure.
How fucking old are you, dude?
What about the one
Just-
that Soldier Boy came out with?
Oh, dude, Soldier Boy. Just kidding. No. I don't know shit
Soldier
about
console?
that. But no.
That's a thing,
It was,
though.
Yeah.
No, have you guys ever seen the movie Malibu's Most Wanted?
Yeah.
Yes.
Where he talks about like the Dreamcast, where like there's
Yeah.
like a
Oh,
thing
was it a
between-
Game Quest or something?
the Gamecast.
Or Gamecast?
Gamecast.
Yeah.
You got a
Which was
PS2? No, I got a Gamecast.
No, I got a
No, I got a Gamecast. No, but that was like a legitimate deal between Sony and Dreamcast, where they had a thing going where like they were gonna
Right.
they were gonna expose both of their titles up into this big market.
I thought that was Sony and Nintendo.
No, that was Sony and Dreamcast trying to go against Nintendo. Because Nintendo was such a big name at the time
Yeah,
that they were trying to overpower it.
So here's a little bit of
They were
No.
like this was Sony's way to Sony was always an underdog. to
Well,
Nintendo.
I have no.
I was gonna say, so here's a little
information.
bit of video game history. So during the 80s, back in 83, that was the downfall for video gaming because the market was oversaturated. There were so many consoles available, but one of the prominent ones was the Atari 2600 up until Nintendo introduced the NES, and that's when they finally broke ground, and then that's when home console gaming became more of a prominent thing since then, because you would just rather purchase several $100s for a console. You could just go to the arcades.
Yeah, you
know?
go to the arcade, spend
Yeah.
fucking nickels on the dollar. Yeah.
Okay. So no.
Nickels on the dollar.
What had happened at that time? Because I only say this because I kind of lived through it. But the idea of like owning your own console, like owning a Neo Geo, you had to wait like 20 to 30 minutes for a game to load.
Huh.
Just to load. Like literally like not
Motherfucker, you old as
not the-
fuck, dude.
Not the fucking not the fucking like not for the game to start, but for a game to load, like for like the fucking main menu to come up was like 20 minutes. And then after that 20 minutes, you could select a character here, and then you could wait 5 minutes for the game.
I have
for
never
the
had that
battle
problem.
to load.
No, not
So
many
let me
people
guess, you've
have
had
recently.
experience with the Commodore 64 then.
Yes.
Holy shit, dude! How old are you?
I'm not old enough to like that to know when that came out, but I was like, I know
I've experienced
I have
it.
experienced to know that. Hey, it's like one of my dad's friend had a Commodore 64, and he was like, "Hey, let's play this," and I was like, "Fuck."
Space Quest?
And I was just like,
It's taking
dude,
forever.
I was like, this is taking forever, dude. I was like, I could go on to my Super Nintendo and have this loaded in like a few seconds.
Holy shit, dude!
But I knew,
Holy
like,
shit,
but
dude.
that's a part of like being old, where I know, like, hey,
I've never had that
technology,
problem, dude.
Like, technology has progressed in such a way that I don't care about, like, hey, this game takes a few seconds to
Okay,
load.
so-
cool.
I remember first getting into the games and being like, everything seemed generic to me.
Yeah.
Yeah, no.
You know what I mean?
So the only problem I've had similar to that is waiting like 4 or 5 minutes to get into a Call of Duty lobby.
Oh,
God.
waiting for lobbies. That's totally
no.
different.
That is-
No.
Oh,
Okay,
this
okay.
is getting
I mean,
added
that is
top.
similar. That is
So-
similar to loading
I will-
times.
no, you're right,
I will
but-
get into this as a first. One of the first things that's ever came online was Halo 2.
Halo 2, yeah.
Halo 2 was one
I
of the
remember
first
playing
things
that
that
when
ever
it-
came online.
yeah.
And it's the weirdest thing because the first time I've ever played Halo 2 online, I dominated.
Yeah, dude.
I got on, I literally dropped 17 kills with 2 deaths, and then people were like, "Hey, you're a fucking god." And I never played for a year after that.
No,
And
I
then
mean,
and then I got back on later and I started playing like MLG matches. And I literally like started like dominating that as well. And I went to like 2 MLG matches in Vegas, but I never actually placed because of my teammates. But at the same
Because of
time,
my teammates.
no, my teammates were my teammates were great. They were probably better than me, but I dominated in the matches that we were in because I went 16-4 in one match, and then I went 16-2 in the other match. But my team, I highly agree with them in the sense that they were better than me, but I just kind of like finished off their kills.
well, I guess I mean,
You stole their kills?
I finished their kills.
I'm just kidding.
Because they died. They died.
Katie's-
I'm just kidding.
They died, and I finished their kills. Like I'm not ashamed to say that.
I mean,
like
what
Derrick,
matches were you
Derrick,
playing?
what was your first console? I'm gonna.
Oh my God.
I'm gonna.
Okay,
Because we're
okay.
getting off track here.
All right.
We're getting
Yeah,
off
we
track
went
here.
way too.
All right,
I went way
Derrick,
too
what's your
deep
first
into that.
console?
So it was definitely the NES with Super Mario Brothers,
son.
and then also Duck Hunt.
Heck yeah.
You had Dunk Hut?
Duck
That
Hunt.
couldn't be your first
Don't cut. Don't cut.
That was Duck Hunt
Duck
with the
Hunt.
Super Mario Brothers as well.
that fucking-
It was a combo
Is that the
cartridge.
first one you played, or
That
the first
fucking,
one you owned?
fucking laser shooter on a TV?
Yeah, the first one that I've ever
That shit's dope.
played.
No.
That shit
We're
was
talking about the
dope.
first one you owned.
You ever play a house?
Because I've
House of
owned
Cards
it,
or
like,
something like that? What's
I've
that called?
played things
You know what I'm talking
beyond the thing,
No,
the
dude.
first thing I owned.
Okay.
Because I had that on Xbox.
No,
and there was like
okay,
a gun
so,
and you could shoot
okay,
at the
yeah.
TV, and that shit was fucking dope.
I want to talk about that,
House
but
of the
like,
Dead 3.
let's let them finish first.
Yeah,
Alright,
yeah.
well,
we're
I
like
guess
talking about two different
if
things
you
at the same
really
time.
want to say own, then I guess the N64.
Yeah, because like that's what I was going based upon. Like literally, I didn't like I've played things beyond the Super Nintendo. Like
Oh,
like before
Super
the,
Burger Time.
Yeah, like I've played things before the Super Nintendo, but I didn't actually own them. So that's what I think.
Yeah,
that's
I guess
I think that's
technically,
where-
yeah, the NES wasn't really my console, but I loved playing Super Mario Brothers.
yeah, like Duck Hunt, amazing game.
Yeah.
Like first time, it was
especially
great.
for like
What?
that
I'm
rail.
so happy it came back in like
Yeah.
fucking
But yeah, I guess I
Super
would
Smash
say
Bros.
like Super Mario 64, and then also Banjo Kazooie. That's where I guess
God.
that
Oh my God,
console.
Banjo-Kazooie is a
Banjo
staple.
Kazooie for like the N64 was a great fucking game.
Heck
It was
yeah.
like it was
it
a
was like-
perfect launch title.
It was one of those. It was one of those titles that was like a. It kind of ended platformers, like the platform, like
Yeah, right.
the side-scrolling platformer. It was like it was a 3D platformer at the time.
Yeah,
and it
dude.
ended that. It ended the side-scrolling thing, which was amazing.
True story, bro.
Not for I'm sorry, not for Mega Man though, but sorry.
I
But
mean,
yeah,
no,
Mega Man.
No,
yeah,
Mega
no,
Man.
no.
Mega Man's its own series though. Like Mega Man was amazing.
It was. But Banjo Kazooie was on that, like,
Like Donkey Kong took it
3D.
to like Donkey Kong made a 3D environment, but it was always a side
it was still
scroller.
2D. Yeah,
It was
yeah.
always a side scroller,
It was always side scroll. Yeah.
but it introduced the
Bandicoot,
idea.
though?
But Crash Bandicoot made it fully 3D and like it was
my
amazing.
God.
Never played it.
You never
So-
played Crash? I've
Never
only played.
played-
I've only played the demo. so I
Never
can't say
played
anything.
Spyro. Never played
I've
Spyro
only
either.
played,
I've never
I've only
played
played the
Spyro.
demo of Spyro,
Spyro
too.
was
No, Spyro was technically a 3D top-down scroller. That's all it was. It was a 3D version of a top-down scroller. So if you ever played like Raiden or like what do you call it?
what about
Asteroids or like fucking Centipede. That's a top-down scroller.
Are you really
But-
gonna throw it back to fucking Asteroid?
Yeah, like it's a fucking
Motherfucker.
it's a top-down scroller. That's all it is. It's literally a top-down scroller.
What's another good one to name? That's old.
fucking what was that fucking fox's name?
Oh,
Dude.
Star Fox?
No, Sly.
Sly Cooper.
Sly Cooper. Yeah, that bitch.
That motherfucker.
I credit Sly Cooper to the success of fucking what the hell was that? The Prince of Persia.
Was it? Yeah, it was
The
around
Prince
the
of
same time.
Persia,
Yeah, yeah.
like the Prince of Persia definitely stole fucking Sly Cooper's shit.
Wasn't Prince of Persia like Microsoft's version of Sly?
Yeah,
Sly
it was.
Yeah, yeah,
it really was. Like,
Yeah.
and like, oh yeah, you just made Sly Cooper more modern and less cartoony. It's like, okay, cool.
Cool.
Which was amazing. I mean, they did well, but like,
It was good. It was good.
yeah.
I'm gonna take charge.
Okay, take charge.
Are you? Do it.
Yeah.
You better fucking
Do
take
it.
charge, dude.
Do it.
Fucking do it.
Yeah, Eric, you're off the mic again.
Oh my god. How about now?
There.
Come on. Get some.
We're gonna switch to movies.
Okay.
Movies.
First
Yes.
movies.
I hate movies.
First movie.
First movie.
Movies are stupid.
Are you like
That-
talking
that-
about
that you
first
recall.
movies you remember?
Movies based off video
Okay,
games.
this is what we're
Oh, this goes so far back.
This is what we're gonna do for movies.
Street Fighter, the movie.
Street Fighter the movie?
What's your favorite first movie?
Dragon Ball Z the movie?
The first
Super Mario Brothers.
the first.
Super Mario Bros.
Guys, shut up.
Pornhub the movie.
The first
.com.
movie that like really got you into watching movies.
Pornhub.
The first movie that got you into watching
Star
movies.
Wars. Star Wars.
Okay, I'm not gonna be lying. I'm gonna sound like a basic.
Bullshit.
I'm gonna sound like a basic bitch right now.
Bullshit. Star Wars got you into watching movies. That was an
It
80s
did.
thing.
It did.
But
It did.
it doesn't mean he
No,
didn't
no.
watch it.
Okay. So
Okay, so
It was
I
a
can
70s
I
thing,
can
and
attest to
then it
that too.
became,
I can
to be
agree with
honest,
him.
it was his 70s things, and it was a joke in the 80s, 90s, and 2000s.
No.
And then after the 2000s, it
No.
became like a fucking.
No, I was actually
reiter-
really into Star Wars before 2000s.
No,
Yeah.
I love Star
Which
Wars
is
in the
crazy.
in
I
the
I love Star
2000s,
Wars,
dude.
yeah.
Like,
Like I watched
The
it
prequel
nonstop,
saga
like,
was
like culture
fucking
cast wise.
awesome.
All cult like
I-
the entire culture would disagree with you right now because like in the 80s, 90s,
Well,
and
well,
like early 2000s,
I feel like a lot of
that
Native
was, like-
American families loved Star
Whoa.
Wars.
They did.
They did.
Dude, they did.
And
I'm
so
not. I'm not
in terms
disagreeing.
of everyone here.
I'm not
like,
disagreeing
it's
with
not-
you
It's
in
like
that
the
sense.
story of Hajon.
Oh my god.
But yeah,
but
I won't say that's the first movie that
But
got me into
in the-
movies, but
so I'm not gonna disagree with you guys in that sense. But like the idea, like in like culture in general, like that wasn't the thing. Like
pop culture.
Look at
yeah,
that-
in pop culture.
Just look at that
wasn't the
blanket
thing.
over there.
Because I kind of grew up with it. I mean, dude,
That cost you like $200
still,
and then
that's still a Native American representation of it.
Yeah,
That is.
like,
The pop
I
culture.
mean,
Speaking of native representations,
I like how he's wearing the Star Wars.
I don't.
Yeah. He's got a goddamn Star Wars
I don't
themed
mean to
shirt on right now,
interject,
too.
Look at the fucking backpack that I store my equipment in. Shit.
I
There's
don't.
an
shut up
episode
right now.
7.
You're
I don't
not
mean to interject.
projecting the
I don't-
idea that I have.
Okay, so
Just kidding.
so I mean, like,
but you can't take away his fact.
No, I'm not
that-
trying to take away the idea that like native people don't.
No, that's not what I'm saying. You can't take away the fact that the first movie that got him into movies was Star Wars.
I'm sorry. Yeah,
Yeah,
I'm
no.
sorry.
That's his fact.
Yeah, that's
it's
your
not.
fact.
It's
I'm
not
sorry,
your
I'm sorry.
opinion.
Yeah.
No.
I can pull out.
I just want to say that.
I just had to have a strong opinion, and I had to voice it.
I also
I'm
have a
sorry.
lightsaber, and I also have the Resistance helmet. And I
Hell
also
yeah.
have a
Fucking
Yoda.
hell yeah.
No, I mean, but
that's
so.
good.
So Derrick did his first movie that got him into
Yeah,
movies.
okay, cool.
Yeah.
That's what this is about.
Star Wars. Star
Eric.
Wars.
Yeah.
First movie that got you into movies.
The first movie that got me into movies.
I know that's a little of a mind bender type
I
of
mean,
thing to
it
think
is.
about.
It is. It's very vague,
It is very vague. You're right.
but like, I can't say anything else but Star Wars, dude.
Dang.
My parents had the very I guess the very first like issues of like the Star Wars on VHS.
No, yeah. I still have those at home.
Well, I was
too.
gonna say like
Yeah,
the classic VHS trilogy set.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, not
Yeah,
even the
it-
trilogy set.
it was one
like
of
they
the-
were bought individually.
Well,
What I have.
It was a trilogy set. Then shortly afterwards, there was a remastered trilogy set that came in like this all gold case.
No, yeah. Oh, there's all, yeah. I know.
What?
And my family still like I can still go home, watch a VHS of A New Hope or whichever
Yeah,
one.
no, yeah,
and
yeah,
you
yeah,
can still see the trooper guy getting hit in his fucking head.
His fucking head on the fucking door, yeah.
it's like-
in A New Hope, yeah. He's like,
Like I could go home right now and just watch that shit. I mean,
Same
I
here,
can't
dude,
because
same
you
here.
know.
I mean,
but-
like, if anything got me more into anything than anything, it'd be Star Wars, dude.
I
Star
don't want to
Wars.
see your goddamn trilogy set. you don't.
And the prequels.
That's not the way you got to prove it to me. But
Okay, yeah.
So
Yeah, no.
We're gonna go with you next, Darren, because like these two just show
Yeah,
Star
no,
Wars.
no, no.
no. You like, I mean,
and,
you guys.
and there's plenty to be said about it,
I
but,
think
but
you
we
guys
know
just-
it's already been said.
I mean, like,
no offense.
Star Wars was a separate thing, but like,
Okay, you're right. I think you should go next because I think like these two have literally just like kind of exposed a lot of native culture to it, which is amazing. I mean, I think you have a little bit of like
Okay.
a different take on it.
aside
I don't
from
know if you do or not, but like I think you have a little bit of a different take. On it.
aside from all this, Derek, how much did that Pendleton cost you?
That was actually a Christmas gift.
I know exactly that. That is a Pendleton, dude. That's at least $300 right now.
Sell
It was a Christmas
Probably
gift.
is.
Sell it.
It probably is.
Just kidding.
It is probably worth more than $300 right now, dude. If you folded that up,
Yeah.
if you folded that up right now and sold it, you could sell it for maybe like $800, dude. I promise you.
That's not worth.
No, I guarantee you, if you took a picture
Well,
of that
I'm saying
and said
that-
you wanted $1,000 for it, somebody'd be like, "Hey, I'll pay you $800."
Yeah, dude.
That price, no, definitely, it's not worth.
I guarantee you, if you said you wanted
No,
$1,000
we're
for
not,
this,
we're not saying you should.
I'm
no,
saying
no, we're
you.
not saying
Well,
do
yeah,
it.
you can't put a price on me for this
no,
right now.
no. I'm saying we're saying if you said, "Hey, I want $1,000 for that,"
You could easily get
somebody,
that.
But somebody would definitely come back at you and like in a heartbeat,
all
be
the-
like, "Hey, what about 800?"
All we're saying is it's worth some money.
It is worth a lot of money,
It's
Derek.
probably worth more than you paid for
I
it
promise
right
you.
now.
By the way, our address is.
I honestly can. Derek,
By the way, don't say that. You're fucking dumb.
if you were willing to sell it right now, I would give you $800 for it. I promise
Sorry,
you right now.
sorry.
I
Not-
would.
Not for sale.
I'll take $800
Offers
for
happen
it.
in real life right now.
Not for sale, bro. Sorry.
I'll take $800 for it.
That makes it even more.
Okay.
That makes the price.
Real
of that
offer. I'm just kidding. I'm just fucking with you. Because
Should I start pulling out my Star Wars T-shirts?
To the answer
Yeah.
I asked you guys.
Yeah, dude. Yeah, yeah.
To the
you can,
question.
you can take mine.
Hold on. Well, we're gonna let Urian answer the question of what his first movie take
Okay,
was.
your first movie, Urian.
Yeah,
So-
Star Wars is giving me a hard boner, so let's change the subject.
Can you say boner on here?
Yeah.
Yeah, can
Okay.
we?
Why wouldn't you be able to say boner?
Boner.
So the first
Bonner.
movie that you're right. First movie that you got you interested in movies.
So I actually, it actually came a lot later in life. I feel like
Okay.
than you would think, and it was The Matrix.
Neo?
Yeah, dude, that shit.
Wachowski brothers.
was it-
I watched it in
Was it
theaters
the
with my
first
uncle.
one, or
the
like-
first one? Yes.
Okay.
The first one. I remember watching that shit in theaters, and I was like, it just blew my fucking mind watching that shit. And I just remember like, I want to watch more movies that have this type of shit that deal with this. You know?
Who the fuck is taking a shower at midnight?
That's probably Jessica.
That's gross.
Why?
I need to
Shower
pee.
at midnight.
It's gross because you need to pee.
At midnight, dude.
Go pee in our backyard.
No, that's racist.
Okay. But
Well,
yeah,
I have-
legitimately, I liked movies, right? But I wasn't passionate about watching movies
Until The Matrix.
until The Matrix.
You know,
What drew you to it?
I don't know. Like, I really don't. I just remember it being like the coolest thing I've ever seen.
Like,
That's what I
to be
remember.
honest, like, I don't know if this applies to you at all, but it was like the first iteration, like, of anime coming into like mainstream media.
No, what?
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, I can
see
understand that. I can
But
understand that.
that's not how I took it. Like as a kid, right?
Yeah.
It came out when, like 2000, 1999,
1999, 1998,
Yeah,
right there.
19
Yeah.
yeah. Like I was 6, 7 years old, and I remember watching it. And I'm like, fucking blew my mind. I'm like, this is the stuff I want to watch. And then rewatching them now, I'm like, this shit's so deep. Like, I don't know how I
It's
understood why
different
this,
levels.
Like, I don't
Yeah.
understand how I knew as a kid this young. Like,
It's like, how did I know this hit
was
so many levels?
And this is what I wanted to watch, and it's still the type of thing I still like to watch.
Hashtag is Neo John Wick low key.
Hashtag yes.
glitch in the Matrix.
Hashtag yes.
Yo,
Keanu is Keanu.
Yeah, today.
Playing a disc golf, like
We're playing disc golf, like-
glitch in this Matrix. Fucking shit, dude. Yeah.
We
my God.
experienced a glitch in the Matrix
Hashtag
in the Matrix
God.
today.
Hashtag God says yes.
But yeah, like I actually never asked myself that question, like what movie got me in the movies, and thinking about it now, it's like The Matrix. Yeah, that's
Yeah, the Matrix is a good like foundation
You gotta
for
point the mic in your mouth.
Yeah, put it in your mouth.
There's a point the mic at your mouth.
Put it in your mouth.
No, actually, you were fine.
The
Just
Matrix is,
talking.
is a good foundation for us as understanding modern science fiction movies. You know,
But you know what's another good science fiction movie?
That
Space
God-
Odyssey
God?
2000. It's slow,
oh my God,
but it's
that is such a good movie,
but
dude.
it's so good.
Okay, so
It's so slow, but it's good.
It's like it's got the oomph.
Yeah.
okay, so at the time
What?
that it first aired, that was not a good movie at all.
it wasn't.
wasn't.
I know.
It wasn't a good movie.
People
at the time.
hated it.
People rejected the
Like,
shit
this
out of
is
it because it was like they didn't
This
have
is
it.
a stupid.
No, like at the time, it wasn't. Culture wasn't like so forward thinking.
No, yeah, it came out so fucking long ago.
It's one of those movies that definitely hit before its time. Like it was one of those things that was like, hey, I'm way ahead of my time, and I'm gonna still make this anyway. And I mean, it worked out because they made a movie that was a cult classic, even to this day.
Yeah, dude. I've seen it at least 4 times, and that's saying a lot because that shit's long.
Yeah, it is.
slow.
Dude, that shit is mad long.
Like it starts off with the cavemen.
Oh god, it's fucking great.
Stupid.
Okay. So I think I'm the last one to go on this movie thing, but
You are.
Yes.
this is probably a movie you guys never heard of, but it's Milo and Otis.
Oh my God, dude!
Milo,
That fucking cat and that fucking punk. Oh my God, dude!
Milo and Otis, dude.
Dude,
Just a story
Oh my God.
of like how two friends come together over a long journey, and it's like at the end, best friends, and it's not even for themselves. It's fucking great.
That cat and that fucking pug, dude.
Milo and Otis, dude.
That's so wholesome, dude.
No, that was
Like no, no. It's so wholesome
That's
that they
an OG
remade
film for me, dude.
They remade the movie in the 2000s. They literally did. They remade the movie. Like that's a movie from like the fucking 80s, and it's like they remade it today to like appeal to today's culture because it had such a powerful message of just how like we hear about cats and dogs every day.
Yeah.
Like how they cannot get along, but this is an entire movie about how a cat and dog get along and survive the wilderness and the harshness of the world to get back to a common goal.
Yeah.
And it's amazing. It's such a good movie.
It's a great movie.
It's such a great movie.
That's hilarious, guys.
It's like
I love it.
It's like it's literally like the age-old expression of how
as a kid, dude.
yeah, it's in the age-old expression of how cats and dogs can get along. It's just like it's good. It's heartwarming. It got me It got me interested in movies. That was my interest.
I got two things to say to that.
Yeah.
Fuck yeah.
It got me interested so much so that the next influential movie that I think that would have been on my list was Remember the Titans.
Dude, that's a good one.
Oh, I
That's a
want to
good
be a Titan, baby.
Okay, so we did the movies. We're on to music.
Yeah, we're on the music.
What music got you into music? Like, seriously got you into music. Eric.
Okay,
Eric?
so
Yeah.
as a kid, I
Steve?
remember.
Oh yeah.
this-
Again,
is
you're
this-
kind of off
Yeah,
on
this
the
is the last
mic.
one.
This is the last one, yeah.
The last one.
So I remember walking into Walmart
Hey,
and grabbing this.
Wally World.
No, okay. So okay, just scratch that.
Okay. I
Okay.
don't deleted.
Okay. So
We're not talking about Wally World.
I
The
mean-
first song. Let's do that. The first song that got you interested in music.
okay, so the first song that got me interested in music was Falling Down by Korn.
Oh, interesting.
And
Kind of
Boom,
like why?
doom, 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 doom.
yeah, that. I don't know why. I just really liked
It just attracted you?
It attracted me.
magnetic?
Yeah, it's a
And-
good song. I like that song.
Yeah, it was a really good song.
No,
And-
like most of my time growing up, it was like Linkin Park, Korn. Like obviously those are like kind of mean
Yeah, no,
things
it was
nowadays. But
for me.
Like new metal.
It was
Yeah.
Korn, Slipknot, Linkin Park, just the basic ass 2000s metal.
It's
you know?
not basic.
It's not,
I mean that was a good time.
I mean,
that
it's a
was,
little basic.
I mean,
very basic.
like, nowadays,
Take that back. It's not basic.
No, nowadays we think of that as basic, but like back then it was like, it was developmental. Like
No.
it was like it was it definitely challenged.
One thing I don't know.
Why?
But like,
Yeah, no.
that-
I hope that like got on the like tape
and
pretty well.
that's one of the like people like shit on them, but like that was one of the first things that
No,
like,
yeah,
literally
I-
challenged
I-
music
Yeah,
as
no.
an industry.
Yeah, no.
yeah.
New metal was one of the genres I was really into.
Sure.
Like, Slipknot had their fucking, I don't know what the album was called, but it had the falling. No.
Falling down.
No, that's Korn.
Yeah, I'm almost.
Are you talking about Linkin Park?
No,
I'm grabbing
Slipknot. They had the
okay.
Wait and
I'm gonna
Bleed
grab my hot stupid after
song.
this.
Oh my god, I have to look it up.
Yeah.
Yeah, definitely. Because I don't remember that one at all.
Oh shit. It wasn't an Iowa album. That was way before.
Like I remember my first Avenged Sevenfold album that I really loved,
Which one?
which was
Or wait.
You just gave him a beer.
yeah.
Oh yeah.
That one's Derek's.
You want this one? It's a Florida beer.
Which was Waking the
It's the same
Fallen.
thing.
Oh, Waking the Fallen. That's a good
Yeah,
album.
that was a good album. That was like that was my first Avenged Sevenfold album that I really loved. And when it came out, it was fucking amazing. Waking the Fallen, and then there was like
Oh, man.
after that there was
My music goes way before that, dude.
No, my music goes way beyond that. But like in like new age metal, that was one of the first that's one of the first things I remember too. Is like Avenged Sevenfold, Atreyu, and then
Atreyu, dude. I haven't heard anything.
Oh my
In a fucking
god.
long time, dude.
dude, so many of those bands. I was just like, I was so into
Atreyu?
all of them, and I was just like,
Dude,
God,
White
Trivium?
Snake though. White Snake.
What about Trivium, dude?
So
Trivium. God damn it.
so
Is this love?
the first
That I'm
music that got me
feeling.
into music was probably a tie between Foreigner, Tesla, and Def Leppard.
Liar.
See, all music before your time.
I'm gonna go to bed.
No, yeah, that's
I'm
true.
gonna go
That's-
pee.
Yeah. I'm not lying. It's like that's all music
Yeah,
before your time.
I know
because
that's true.
I
It's-
only know that because it was all music before my time.
No, I know, and it's only because of that because my there's the stuff my parents were listening to.
Yeah,
But-
exactly.
But those particular bands, the ones that made me feel something the most.
Yeah. Oh, but
And-
you want to know something really crazy?
I gotta know tonight.
So,
Just go to the backyard.
If you're alone tonight.
Derrick, you want to know something really weird?
I got this feeling.
You guys, okay.
I get hysterical, hysteria.
When you
Can
get
I feel it?
So,
Anyway, sorry. What's going on?
sorry.
Yeah,
No,
you're
I
good.
didn't want to like, dude, that was beautiful. But
Due to some technical difficulties, we lost some of the recording, and yeah, so here's the rest of the recordings that we were able to find.
so, what's you guys' take on the for the day in general? How do you feel today's gone? Like literally, like we played like 2 different rounds of golf.
This doesn't count as the first.
Disc golf, but that aside, how do you guys feel about that?
If I were to rate today out of 10, it would be an 8.5 out of 10,
If
which
I
is a
were
pretty
to-
dang good old day, dude.
that is a good old day. I mean,
Tis.
It's not the best day I've ever had, but it's
36
pretty
holes
good.
of fucking disc golf.
36 holes.
That is a great day.
And I feel like an 8.5.
I mean,
out
we
of
had
10
a decent break in
is
the
a
middle
fucking great day.
with wings and burgers. It was a decent break.
Dude, you gotta get the hashtag in there though. Hashtag Pornhub 36 holes. Get it,
it
up
was
there.
it was a great day. I would say
Not sponsored.
Not
the-
sponsored,
Just
but
gotta
like
say it.
please consider.
it was the best day of fucking April so far.
It's
oh
May.
my,
May.
yeah, May.
It's May.
It was the best of May so far.
It's the end of May. What the
The
hell's
end.
wrong with you?
Yeah, the best of May so far.
Anime.
Anime.
Oh my god.
It was fucking anime, dude.
So, you're Ryan. You're drinking something completely different that we're not drinking.
That no one else can have it.
Yeah, we're not having it at all right
Sure.
now. What is it,
It's called Hop Stupid
It's
by
called
Lagunitas.
Stupid Juice.
dude?
Because I'm stupid.
Stupid.
But yes,
Is it good? Delicious? Yeah. Describe.
This is.
It can only be described in one word.
stupid.
Stupid.
This is the beer that got me into beer. Is
Is it
the way
now?
the way I can describe this.
You know what's-
Nuh-uh.
oh, okay. So,
Nuh-uh.
you want to know something?
No,
Liar. Liar. You're lying. Why are you lying?
Because the person who used to buy me beer, because I was poor,
Amazing.
Because I was poor and underage.
he was like, "Yo, this is
We're
You gotta-
saying
you gotta try
poor
this.
instead of underage.
you gotta try this." And I was like, "All right, I'll try it." And because I didn't like beer. No one likes beer when they first drink beer, right?
Yeah,
It's like an acquired taste.
definitely.
Most obviously. And this is the first beer I actually liked to drink.
Yeah.
Lagunitas or
Hop Stupid.
Hop
Lagunitas.
Stupid.
Okay. Yeah, I can get behind Scott Brewing. I mean,
It's not
Lagunitas.
Scott.
Lagunitas. Lagunitas. I'm
Lagunitas?
sorry.
My God, how dare you? I said Lagunitas
edit
like
that
10
out.
times. But yes. So that also goes
Hop
with
Modest is what I was thinking about.
Modus Operandi.
Yeah.
Modus.
That's that. Yeah, what he said.
Modus operandi.
And that's another really good one. But yeah, this is the beer that got me into beers.
It is good.
You know what came before Modus? Was Pinner.
That's a good one.
Yeah. Pinner was I feel like Pinner, like, it's obviously thing that died out a little bit a while ago.
You-
But I don't know if it did actually. I don't know if Pinner's still out there, but like
No, they
Pinner
still
was,
they still make pinner.
yeah.
I remember seeing pinner.
like Pinner was one of those things that was super delicious, and it's comparable to Ska Brewing because it was one of those things that was a little out of the norm, but it was delicious. It was good hops, good brew, good taste. They obviously infused a lot of things into their brew that they felt would work, and it did. It was amazing. It was but it was just one of those things. It was a little ahead of its time because it was infusing fruits and like different things into beer that wasn't really like beer friendly at the time, because beer was one of those things that was like, hey, either it's gonna get you drunk or it's not. It wasn't.
Yeah.
It wasn't a thing that was like, hey, it has to have a taste. It has to have
Most def.
like,
Most
because back in the day, like it was always like, hey, is it gonna fuck you up or is it not? And then nobody gave a shit about the taste. It was more about, hey, is it gonna get you drunk or is it not gonna get you drunk?
Hell yeah.
I mean, that's what the hell is that? It's Res Rockets in general, right?
Res Rocket.
Res Rockets.
That's the first. You remember the first time we had Res Rockets? Motherfucker, you were too scared to drink it. Like you were like,
Oh,
what if
yeah.
the orange juice and the alcohol don't mix right and it'll kill us? What if we turn into poison? I'm like, motherfucker, people drink this all the time.
It's like, motherfucker. It's like people are out here drinking hairspray. You worried about alcohol?
I was talking to Eric about that because me and Eric.
Worried about orange juice and a 40.
Yeah. Like, he was the first person.
Like
I had,
you worry about
Res
mixing
Rockets
orange
there.
juice with a 40.
I mean, like, I
and
had
people
no
out here
idea.
drinking hairspray.
You were legitimately worried.
I was worried. I was like, is the ratio right? Is it safe to drink?
Dude, I was like,
Will this kill me?
dude, that was a thing back in the day, though. It was one of those things where it's like, hey, if you mix different types of alcohol inappropriately, it could kill you.
It wasn't even alcohol, dude.
Like, no, it was a thing.
It was just a 40 in the orange juice.
no, but like. No, but like that was like kind of like that was like the part of the propaganda at the time was like that if you mix different types of alcohol with different things that it could become poisonous
Yeah,
and like
yeah.
literally kill you.
I remember the energy drinks being one thing.
Yeah, it was one of those things where it's like, hey, it could hop you up so much that it could kill you.
Yeah, I remember that.
Oh, no, it makes sense.
But I remember
And that's why like a lot of people were like, hey,
There was a moment it was just like, all right, we're just gonna cut it, but no.
I remember
Like, bonus content.
bonus content.
it is a little bit of bonus content, but like,
I remember
God.
that one time you, Kel, and Tylene were in my apartment, right? Do you remember that?
I remember that.
That's
I
when
wasn't
I'm-
there, but I
Okay,
remember
so-
it.
That was when I was worried about the Res Rockets.
No, that was with me, you, and Tommy.
No,
Yes.
it was you, me, Kel, and Tylene.
It was me, you, and Tommy.
Are you sure?
Yes.
No.
Okay, I'm gonna cut it. I'm gonna cut it here. Okay. Thank you for listening to After Hours. This has been me, Urian. It's been Darren.
It's
aka
me,
Mike.
Ryan.
There's been Eric, aka Boy, aka Caveman, aka Bask. He's got a Discord called
AKA Hustine.
The Party Downstairs. Join it if you can. I don't know how you can join it from just that small information. And then we got Derrick, our sound guy.
You have your own podcast?
Not podcast.
No, it's a Discord.
Oh, okay, Discord. Okay,
Discord channel.
Yeah, it's a Discord channel.
dope. So join his Discord.
The Party Downstairs.
Yeah, the party downstairs. Join the Discord. Do it. It's amazing. I guess
It's pretty legit.
I'm probably gonna do it after this. Like literally after this.
It's for the memes.
Yeah, for the memes.
For the laws.
For the lows.
For the lols.
Lows.
For the laugh out louds.
Not lots of love, but like laugh out loud.
Okay, but yeah, we're signing off, and hope y'all have a safe morning.
Wait, who the fuck is signing off?